what's it been like to finally tour Quandra?
It's amazing, man. It was a very difficult time, to wait for 2 years to finally put the album out and on the road, because the album came out in February 2020. But it's great. Also because after 2 years, the fans and the people could listen to the album very well. And when we start touring, they all knew the songs, so it was really cool that the new songs really fitted together very well with the old stuff. And because of that, I guess, ourselves as well, we had time really to live with the album. We did the Sepultura during the lockdown, which was an amazing process as well. So and now finally enjoy ourselves live. It's beautiful. It's one of the best albums to play live. In the beginning, it was very difficult because a very technical album, kind of difficult, in some parts, especially because of Eloy, really doing and stimulating us to write some more technical stuff and etc. But once the rhythm start flowing, it's fantastic, man. We feel great jamming those songs live. It's amazing.
Mm. And you guys are on a bit of a streak lately with albums. Like I remember when Machine Messiah came out, was just my jaw hit the floor. I was like, "What is going on? Like this is nuts!" And I got to see you. This I don't know if this may jog your memory or something. When we spoke, I told you that your Brisbane show in 2018 was the first show I ever saw sober because I was a recovering alcoholic, and you had shared that you had just gotten on the wagon as well, and I was like, good on you, man. But
Great.
mm, so I
Congratulations.
thank you, man. Is that still is that still you?
Yeah, 3 years and 8 months. It's gonna be 3 years and 9 months now, and I feel better than ever. It's
Mm.
fantastic.
Uh, Look, man, I just want to congratulate you too because doing it when things are easy is one thing, but it's when, as you know, over the events of the last year, like when things are hard, that's when, like, that's the true shit. So well done, man.
Thank you very
Wh-
much, man.
what did with if you don't mind me asking, when unfortunately when Patricia passed away, what did this experience teach you about life, and did you receive support from any kind of unexpected sources?
Wow, yeah, man. It taught me everything about life. I mean, it wasn't such an experience, that I started the movement right after she passed away, because everything that happened, the whole process, cancer, she was really going, very slowly, and all the palliative care that came in, the morphine and all that stuff, the conversations with the hospital, with the doctors. I learned so much during that week or 2 weeks, of the last days, that I felt so unprepared as a Brazilian citizen to deal with that situation. Not only because we not talk about dying, but because all the bureaucratic stuff, that we are not stimulated to learn and to talk about with our family.
Mm,
Basically, to talk about dying, talk about euthanasia, talk about assisted suicide, talk about the will, or everything that is related to dying, the funeral, if you have insurance, if you don't have insurance, how much you're going to pay for taxes and all that stuff. And I started this movement because I want to stimulate people here in Brazil to talk about dying with their loved ones, with their family, with their kids, with their father, with their friends. Because Patricia, she used to talk about dying in a very natural way. Since we met, she talked, when I die, don't put me in the coffin without my pillow, without my blanket, without my pajamas. I don't want to get cold and stuff. And we all laughed,
uh,
laughed. But when it happened, we all knew what she wanted. So I realized that it was so comforting, so warm, to do the wish of the people you love the most, you know, there. That I realized that we need to talk about dying. You know, it's the way to feel more peaceful, to feel more alive, including, you know, to accept finitude, to accept the end, and not try to avoid the conversation or think that it's not going to happen with us. You know, we all going to die. So why not we talk about to prepare ourselves better, to know each other better, because you're going to learn about your family. If you talk about dying, you're going to learn about yourself. You're going to raise questions about yourself. You know, you're going to want to talk to a doctor, to a lawyer, to your mom or to your kid, you know, about that. And you're going to raise awareness, and you're going to be more united with your family. You know, I went through that with Patricia, with my kids, with my father and mother-in-law, you know, with my brother-in-law and stuff. And we are more united than ever. And I feel life much more intense because I respect death. I respect dying. It is our biggest teacher. You know, we should learn with that. We shouldn't be afraid of dying. You know, dying is not punishment. Dying is a fact of life. We all know
Yeah.
that. You know, let's respect that. As soon as we respect that, we start living the daily, the present more intensively. You're not going to wait till tomorrow to do certain stuff. To say I love you to your loved ones, you know, you're not going to wait for to fulfill a dream, or to make a trip, or to make to learn guitar if it's your dream, you know, or anything, you know. So that's what I learned. I met amazing people that you know, want to stimulate, like myself, the Brazilian society to talk about that, you know, because it is possible for us to get to prepare better our heart, our soul, and our intellect, you know, to deal with the bureaucratic stuff at the time we are most fragile, you know, emotionally. So why not prepare during life, since you were born, to talk about dying, because we all gonna die. I don't understand why people are so afraid to talk about dying. You know, I understand it's not easy, but it's fundamental and totally necessary for us, not only in Brazil, but for all of us. You know, we see in different cultures around the world that deal with that in very different ways. Especially Mexico, for instance, you know, they celebrate, they make a big party because they respect dying. You know, it's not our choice. It's not a
Mm.
choice. So let's live with it, you know, let's live with dying. And then we can deal with that with a much more peaceful way, you know. So that's something that I still know, but I'm started here in Brazil, and it's growing slowly, but you know, we are starting to gather some really cool people that are starting really to stimulate, you know, at least the talk, the discussion, so we can move forward on the subject, you know.
Did throughout this experience, obviously, you definitely would have had your hands full, but did you ever, can you see yourself expressing, did you ever have the urge to express yourself musically through this experience, or do you think that this experience might inform the next Sepultura release when you start to write?
Of course, it's inevitable. You know, it's an experience of life, and I change a lot. You know, because a big part of myself died with my wife. You know, and other parts of myself are starting to wake. You know, because I have new experience, a new future, something that I didn't plan. You know, I have a totally different idea of my future, growing old with her. You know, having grandsons and stuff, whatever. You know, but it's not going to be that way. So I'm going to accept the present that I have and going to live with the elements I have and be very thankful, very grateful that I have Patricia for 32 years in my life, that we built a family that we had. I have three amazing kids, plus all the stuff that I learned with her, you know, I'm never going to forget. And then I move on, you know, to really to build and to grow up out of this experience, you know, and not be uh, I don't know, be ungrateful or with hate or not accepting a situation, because this is not the way. I mean, it's not up to me or to anyone. You know, we're gonna die. It's a fact of life for everything, not only us, plants, animals. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
everything. So what's the point of trying to deny that, you know?
I am, yeah, and I'm looking for, if all goes well, I will be seeing you at the Brisbane Sideshow, and I'm just absolutely giddy to finally see you, man, because yeah, you
Awesome.
as an artist just mean so much to me. Before we go, I would just wanted to ask, he's been your frontman for well over 2 decades now, and I just wanted to ask, like, what are your favorite things about Derrick Green?
Dude, I love Derrick Green on every aspect, man. He's an amazing human being, a great friend, a guy who's still, growing as an artist, as we all are, always eager to learn something, to on his activism on veganism and all the stuff. Very intelligent, very well argumented. It's an amazing partner. And I'm so glad he's with the Sepultura, because without him and his input, we wouldn't be here. And he's still our new singer, right? They're still working out great. So it's great. It's a fantastic. I love to work with him. I love to talk to him about books and documentaries when we start talking about lyrics and names and everything. Artwork. He's a great photographer as well. A great eye, a great artist, and it's a great friend. It's cool that we have this connection and chemistry for so many years. I never ever had an argument with Derrick, man. It's crazy, right? We know. I think we found a way to discuss things when we don't agree with things in a very respectful way, that we always resolve the stuff without attacking or hurting each other personally. Everything on the realm of business, and so far so good. I'm very thankful for that too. It's amazing.